Good morning from day 4 aboard the Disney Dream. Today we are pulled in to Naples.
Yes.
And we are ready for our port excursion of touring Sorrento and Pompeii.
We don't know where we're going first.
Yes.
It's going to be a big surprise. We're hoping that a Disney photographer comes with us to take pictures.
Yes.
But again, no idea if that's happening either. So we'll find out. But I know it's going to be fun. It's going to be a long day. Not as long as tomorrow.
True.
But long day, fun day. I'm dressed like a lemon.
Yes, for Sorrento and the land of limoncello.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's time to head to the Buena Vista Theater to meet up with our excursion group. So let's go. After our wonderful time exploring the city of Sorrento, we took about an hour drive before arriving at the ancient city of Pompeii, which was buried by volcanic ash from Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD and has been kind of lost for 1800 years. So this was really cool to see up close, kind of a living, breathing archaeological site, because they are still uncovering the ruins of Pompeii, and it is just very awe-inspiring and just very surreal to be walking through a city that is just so old. Because Pompeii was buried under about 20 feet of volcanic ash, it was largely preserved and really kind of gets a unique snapshot of Roman life, frozen at the moment that it was buried. Pompeii was a wealthy town of 10,000 to 20,000 residents at the time it was destroyed, and hosted many fine public buildings and luxurious private houses with lavish decorations, furnishings, and artworks, some of which can still be seen today. This excursion gave us about a 90-minute walking tour of one of the regions of the city of Pompeii. And the first kind of main stop of the tour was here. We have the Stabian Baths, which is the largest of the 5 public baths in the city, with the construction dating back to 125 BC, making it one of the oldest bathing complexes known from the ancient world. It was very impressive to walk in this building with the marble flooring and the beautiful artwork on the ceiling, and just how well it's been preserved over all these years. And then to see the thought process behind designing a lot of the bathhouse with elevating some of the baths to allow for some fire and coals to go underneath and heat the baths from below. I will give a note of warning that what you are about to see might be a little bit graphic, but included in the bathhouse is a cast of a human body. There is no body inside, but it is a cast of what the body would have looked like after being covered with the volcanic ash. So if you want to look away, now is your chance. But here is the cast of the body. This is one of the more somber moments of the tour, and just very surreal to see this up close in person, but still amazing how it's been preserved for so long. We did the adults-only departure of this tour, which included a tour of this building right here, and it had a lot of artwork on the walls that was very adult-oriented, which we will not show that in this video. However, I did want to show some of the smaller rooms with the beds you could see here. Again, this was just very amazing to see how everything was preserved so well. The next big stop on the tour was to the Forum, which gave us a really good look at Mount Vesuvius in the distance and just how close the city of Pompeii is to Mount Vesuvius. And at the end of the Forum is the Temple of Zeus, which then became the Temple of Jupiter, which is kind of the main Roman deity. From this point of the tour, we started to make our way back towards the buses and passed by a few notable buildings remaining. So first up was the Temple of Apollo, followed by the Basilica, which was very cool to see all the remains of the Roman columns. And then lastly, we came across the Temple of Venus before making our way down the steps to the buses and got to see another glimpse at some of the really in-depth archaeological work excavating all of the ruins of Pompeii, which was cool to see. And on our way out, we saw the map of Pompeii and really just could not believe that we barely scratched the surface since we just saw Region 8 on this map. And after exploring Pompeii, it was time to start making our way back towards the Disney Dream. But first, we stopped at a cameo factory to see how the cameo is made and all the intricate designs, which were really, really pretty to see up close. And once back on board, we got one last look at Mount Vesuvius, which we learned has 2 peaks. And apparently before Mount Vesuvius erupted and destroyed the city of Pompeii, these peaks were connected. So the volcano is actually a lot larger than how it appears today. Okay, so we are back from our day of excursion, exploring Sorrento and Pompeii.
Mm-hmm.
Sorrento was beautiful.
We love Sorrento. I wish we'd had
more time there.
3 or 4 times the amount of time we had, and I think it still wouldn't have felt like enough because we just had a really nice time. Mm-hmm. We did some shopping. We had a limoncello spritz, and we ate at...
We just kind of stumbled upon a random pizzeria.
Yes, and we had a gnocchi dish and marinara pizza.
Yeah.
Which had no cheese, but it was very, very good. Very nice, and we were so full after that.
Huge portion of gnocchi.
So huge that we thought he had given us 2 and gotten confused. And he said, "No, I split it for you."
So the pictures that I'll video I'll be putting up is half
a portion.
So a full portion, so double the amount that you are seeing, is €12.
Yeah.
So what you are seeing is €6, and the pizza, the same thing. An entire pizza was €7, and he split it in half and did.
Yeah, I would have been fine with just
the gnocchi was
pasta.
A lot larger than I expected it to be.
Oh yeah, but it was great. We had a really nice time in Sorrento. I will say that, like, we have some thoughts on the excursion, but I guess we'll talk about Pompeii.
Yeah.
Pompeii was incredible to see. It was really amazing. Mm-hmm. And just...
very eye-opening.
People were so intelligent back then.
Yes.
And to have thought of so many different things, like the drainage and how to heat water, just... You don't think about people knowing how to do those things.
In
way back...
8th century BC.
Right. And I mean, that was when the construction started.
Yeah.
But
still, at least...
Right. Just so long ago. And we've never been able to see stuff like that in person.
Right.
Since this is our first time overseas. It was one of those... I'm glad that we went.
Yeah. Very cool to see all the old architecture and really just getting a peek inside their brains, like I said, with the drainage stuff and putting stepping stones in so you can actually cross without having to step in the sewage.
We also got very lucky because the clouds were covering the sun for about 85% of the time we were in Pompeii.
Yes.
Because we had heard that it's just sweltering in there. But it really was not terrible at all. So we, again, got super lucky.
Yeah.
The excursion as a whole, I'm glad we went. I wouldn't choose to do it again. And I don't think I would recommend it.
Yeah, this was the value package Sorrento and Pompeii adults only excursion. The only difference with the adults only versus the family friendly one is the adults get to see a little bit more areas of Pompeii.
Adults see adult exclusive areas of Pompeii.
Yes.
We'll leave it at that.
Yes. I don't know if the family friendly one would have been much different, but at least from our experience, would not recommend this tour. But I don't really know how to say, because I think seeing Pompeii was wonderful and seeing Sorrento was wonderful, so I think it's a good way to see both things.
Yes. Stop number 1 was a public restroom that you had to pay to use.
Yes.
Which was filthy with no water pressure. And then the next stop was a wood carver's shop that had a free bathroom.
And this was 10 minutes later.
So literally they're like, everybody needs to go, everybody needs to go. So people were getting 20s out of the ATM and breaking it so they could pay
50 cents to go to the bathroom.
50 cents to go to this bathroom when there was another bathroom right there. But, so that was weird thing number one. And then just, there was a lot of, which I understand, to get to use the free toilets. Sometimes you have to go to these shops, and it's these expensive shops. But it was basically, somebody in the group compared it to like a timeshare.
Yeah.
You have to sit, and it's interesting to learn about how people do the wood carving. We also had to go to a cameo factory. And it's really cool, but then at the end, of course, it's this big push to buy. So, by the end of the day when we were in the cameo factory, it was just...
Nobody wanted to get off. We were just done. We wanted to get back to the ship.
It was really rough. We also did not get back to the ship until more than a half hour after we were supposed to. Mm-hmm. We were told 5 to 5:15, and it was after 5:45 when we got back.
No, it was later than that. Because I got in line for Mickey at 6:15.
Well, it took forever to get through security.
Yeah.
So that was part of it. But we were firmly on board by 6:13, and we were supposed to be back on board by 5:15.
Yeah.
So that was hard. I know there were some people who were worried about dinner because they were in the first seating, we're in the second seating. And by then I was hoping to run up and grab a snack. And most of the food on the pool deck was closed by then.
At 6.
So I ate a protein bar. Cliff Bars coming back in clutch from what we had in Paris. But so it was just scheduled kind of poorly, but on the other side of the coin, some of that was due to people in our party.
Yeah, I had a few.
We had two groups in particular. One group just kept taking pictures and got way behind. We had to split into two groups for Pompeii because the size of the group was too big. So in our group we had the people who were taking pictures and lagging behind, and the guide was getting increasingly frustrated.
Yes.
And kind of like, not threatening to leave them behind, but...
There was one point where we were waiting for a solid 5 minutes and still no
sign
family.
Of these people.
So the guy just like, wait here, I'm gonna go get them.
Yeah.
And just ran and went and got them.
But that took away time that we could have had in Pompeii.
Right. So at the end we were rushing.
And he was trying to get us there when we were supposed to meet the other group. But then the other group was 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
So then we were just awkwardly standing around at the exit of Pompeii. But the other party, I don't even know, because Pompeii, you have to have certain mobility ability, basically, to be able to maneuver the terrain of Pompeii.
Yes, uneven surfaces.
And we had a woman in the party who fell twice.
Yes, once in Sorrento.
Once in Sorrento, just on the street, and a second time in Pompeii. But they also were just in the gift shop when everyone was trying to leave and they couldn't find them. We had walked around the block, and then the guide had to go back and find them.
Yeah, we were across the street from the buses, and the guide had to walk all the way back to go get them out of the gift shop.
So there were just certain groups that it was like, and I don't fault the woman for falling at all.
No.
But just...
I fault the guide for not responding to the fall.
The first fall, the guide was probably 50 feet ahead and did not stop. And I actually hollered the guide's name after the woman fell, and he did not stop. He did not know that she had fallen until he reached the bus stop and someone told him that she had fallen.
Yeah.
And the second fall we were not privy to because that was in the other group in Pompeii, but we were told that she had fallen again. But that he had been more responsive this time. I'm sure because he had not acknowledged the first fall of the day. Again, we had a great time. I'm glad we did it. But I don't think I would recommend this tour.
Yeah.
If we went back again, I feel like we would probably just go for something like Sorrento and just try to spend the day somewhere like that and have a relaxing day.
Yeah.
but full day. And again, it was really cool. I'm glad we did it.
I think a lot of it is doing one thing rather than trying to squeeze all these different things into one excursion. Because, I mean, we have limited time here anyways, so I think moving forward, just doing one single location would be more ideal.
And again, it's hard to say I don't recommend the tour when some of the problems were just people not being respectful of other people's time.
Yeah.
Just when someone tells you to be somewhere and you're not there, that's hard. When everyone, like you said, has a limited amount of time. So you're taking up other people's vacation time and everything. And just, no concept of that.
Right.
But hopefully tomorrow will be a better vibe.
Hopefully so.
As we explore Rome.
Yes.
So we're again on an adults only departure. So hopefully that will be good. We did not have a photographer with us today. I don't know if that was related to Pompeii's photography rules, or if they don't do the adults only excursions, or what. But we'll see if we have somebody tag along with us tomorrow. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully so.
But there's a dance party starting 3 minutes ago, so we gotta go.
The week of being Portugal, Captain Minnie Mouse. So, Minnie, we want to see your favorite dance moves. So we're all going to copy you. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's all friends and work with Minnie.
Okay, so we are back in our room after our very long, full day, yet again.
Per usual at this point.
Yes. But the character dance party was a lot of fun.
I was trying to bust a move. You were less dancy.
I had to record.
Tell him in the comments to dance. But it's cool.
It seems similar to the party that they have on not debarkation day, on the last full day, just like a character palooza type of situation.
Well, they had the characters rotating.
Yes.
Because we stood and kind of watched while we bobbed. But, like, Goofy was here, and then Goofy moved over here, and then Goofy moved over here. Like, the characters were just rotating through. And the kids seemed to be having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Some people we talked to today said that the ship was full, but not actually full. And that a lot of the rooms were just adults, and there weren't that many kids on the Dream of the sailing. So it seemed like that was the case at the party this evening, because it seemed like the kids got a lot of time with the characters.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
It was very loud.
Very loud.
As soon as we stepped out of our stateroom, after we said, we gotta go to the dance party, it was like,
yes.
Wow!
We are deck 6, and decks 3 through 5 are the atrium. We are midship, so really just one.
We had to go down a few floors, and that was it. We were in the middle of the party. But it was very loud.
It was. And then dinner tonight.
And there was confetti.
There was confetti. There was indeed multicolored confetti.
Yes.
Dinner tonight was at Royal Palace. It was good. Kind of the standouts. The appetizer-wise, I tried the duck confit, which was very good.
We had all 4 appetizers.
We had all 4 appetizers. The duck confit was the only new one that we've had. We've had the other ones. Duck confit was good, better than I anticipated it to be. The escargot was not the best that we've had. It didn't have as much garlic flavor. It was just butter.
It tasted like melted butter, which, I mean, I like melted butter, but usually I'm mostly there for the garlic.
Yeah.
So
that wasn't as great today.
The deep fried brie was fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked the iced lobster and shrimp. Because you ate the duck, I had the lobster, and then we shared the other two.
Yeah.
But.
And then entree-wise, we both got the lobster pasta, which by far this one had the most sauce we've ever had.
I don't remember the magic. I thought we really liked it on the magic, though.
The magic was the best. I remember that much. But I remember the fantasy had like no sauce.
The fantasy was when the head server was lurking, which today our head server didn't come say hi to us at dinner.
Didn't. You're right.
We didn't have someone say, "Is your service okay?" But he was lurking, and I said there wasn't very much protein. So then he just brought out another bowl of just the lobster for me to mix in. Mm-hmm. And I feel like maybe I need to just ask for that next time, because there
was still like 2 or 3 pieces.
There wasn't very much lobster in there.
Yeah.
So, pro tip, ask for that next time.
Yeah.
But it was good. The main thing is we had real pasta from Italy today.
Yes, does not compare to that.
So it really wasn't the best day to have pasta for dinner.
True.
But it was still good.
Yeah. And then desserts were lovely, as per usual. The Grand Marnier souffle, and I had the opera gâteau, and you had the
I had the
crème brûlée.
souffle and the creme brulee. The souffle I thought this time had the most alcohol flavor.
It did.
That we've ever had it on Disney Cruise Line.
It did. That's
true. Because that surprised me at first bite, that it tasted like alcohol. The creme brulee, I think, had maybe been sitting a little bit.
Oh no.
But it was still creme brulee, so I was still happy.
But yeah, overall, good meal. Excited for the meals to come still.
Yes.
We have one more night in each of the restaurants. Mm-hmm. So.
And I think we're getting into the menus we're more excited about.
Yes.
As we're moving forward. So, that's fun.
But yeah, it is
10:20.
Yes, 10:20 now. So, time to get ready for bed.
Need to do the room service order.
Yes, we have an early start tomorrow, so we're going to order some room service for breakfast. Yeah. Tomorrow we go to Rome via the port of Civitavecchia. Heard several Italians say it today, so hopefully I'm saying that correctly, but Civitavecchia, which is about a 90-minute drive from actual Rome. So
we're going to have approximately 3 hours on a bus.
Yes. But because of that, all of the excursions are so long because 3 hours is the bus ride.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be a long day tomorrow. So buckle up.
Yeah.
Lots of fun to be had.
Need to pack some snacks because I was pretty desperate by the end of today's excursion.
Indeed. But that is tomorrow, and we are already on our way there. It's fun to look out and see some lights because we are fairly close to land and just kind of hugging land now for the next couple days of our journey. So that's very fun and different.
It's cool to be in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
It's different for us. We've been in the Caribbean for every cruise we've done. We want to do others, but this is our first step outside of the Caribbean.
Yes.
So it's just, I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. But now
and I'm tired.
Yes, now it is time to get our room service order taken care of and get ready for bed. So that will do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
See you real soon.